Hello, this is Art Johnson with New World Communications and my books for New World. I'm doing this as a series. I'm doing this as a series to really help a lot of people that I see that could take advantage of new ways to improve their lives, to improve their businesses, and improve the quality of life across the planet. I'm kind of stuck. They're stuck in the head and they're stuck in the heart and confused by many, many things. And I just felt like I had to stop because I was getting kind of polluted by that kind of confusion and probably sometimes contributing to myself unknowingly. And I've been blessed because some of the books that I have crossed my life have really been changing it. And this book, this little book called The Basic Ideas of Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, New Thought thinker, which he wrote. This he wrote this in 1957, based on his larger treatise, which is called The Science of Mind. He wrote in 1926. And so I've been going as a personal discipline and as a business discipline, kind of going over each chapter of this book as a way of disciplining my own mind and my heart to essentially do a better job of serving people well. And in this new enlightened business development, serving people well, it seems like an old kind of concept. Not thinking about the money is probably the best way that you're going to flow abundance and flow prosperity to yourself and to others, by serving others, giving. So I'm kind of giving of myself this way. In this particular chapter, chapter 7, the personality of value kind of really rings true. At first you say, wow, what is this? You know, this is all about the science of mind, but what does personality have to do with it? And a couple of other books that I'm reading have to do with resonant fields and the kind of energy, the kind of communication that comes flowing from the head and the heart outward is really important. And what is really key to that is your personality, not the kind of phony personality. That's kind of a pejorative word for like a Mr. Personality. But I think he really authentically really means what he says in this book, and it really has to do with recognizing who you truly are. This is really neat for me because, you know, I'm moving into this virtual world here, encouraging people to meet face-to-face in the cloud, like I'm doing here over Google Hangouts with you, engaging with you as members of a world community. And so this idea of this personality is really important, and the way he defines it is really important. I'll read what he says here. It's very interesting. A definition which seems to meet our requirements at this time is personality is the way a man expresses his individuality. And that is separated into key parts and see if we can reveal its true significance. And it's comprised of characteristics one displays to the degree which he has developed certain traits and qualities, the way in which he shows forth in his life, appearance, speech, actions, attitude, the way he appears to the rest of the world. Now this individuality is very, very, I think, comes really out of the whole American ethic. But what's so interesting about his nature of reality or his nature of individuality is it's part of the same one mind. It's part of the same all-encompassing good, or potentially can be, if you develop your personality in a way that meets the same criteria as you as a child of this infinite divine wonderfulness of the all good. If you can essentially learn how to exercise and develop those qualities which are truly godlike, if you, in terms of his philosophy, his reflections about the perfection of nature and the gratitude that one realizes, you know, in order to breathe and to think and to communicate and to feel, even to make mistakes, is all a divine gift. And so, and you know, the reason why you can experience that is because you are a child of the Father. I don't want to, you know, be the Earth Mother too, goddess or whatever, but you are a child of this same divine energy that that is the all good, that is everywhere present, everywhere powerful, and all knowing. And so I've been thinking about this, and it makes a whole lot of sense. And what he talks about is where most of us are kind of judging people about, well, he's really smart, he's got a good IQ. What he really talks about, which is really more to the heart and the connection that you have with people and how you're kind of resonating, he calls it the social quotient. Instead of, you know, there's a social intelligence that has certain personality advantages, and they're not being phony, but they're really being authentic. And the first one he mentions is true love for people. It starts with love for oneself, and it's not this soupy, syrupy love, but it's a deep caring about the world and the caring about oneself in relationship to the world as part of this oneness. And out of that comes the next quality, is wisdom. It's this all-knowing, or this being, thinking into this all-knowing intelligence that is not expressed as some judgmental God somewhere up there, but within and through and as this divine presence that is everywhere present. Deep stuff. And, you know, it's the source of your power. I've been talking about, there are these stages of consciousness where when you first started, you thought you were a victim, and then you realized that you're controlling and directing your own thoughts. So it really means, by learning how to tap into this same knowledge, you are also developing a real sense of personal power. Not abusive power, because as soon as, if you flip one way or the other and are abusing this power, then you immediately are switched out of the good. You're completely alien to the way. But if you are kind of aligned with this, and that you truly are wise and you're developing your wisdom and your intelligence, then what also follows is peace. Real peace. Peace that is so powerful that it can heal the world, heal yourself. It's also related to your health, because we know that if you're calm and you're peaceful, even your biology is better, because you're not putting out these toxins in your body. And there's this beauty. Well, that really speaks to me. It's so beautiful when you stop to look at, you know, it's kind of funny. It's beautiful with the way I'm making mistakes now. I mean, there's this divine thing that I'm discovering when I make a mistake. There's so many great lessons when I fall off and go with this way or that way, and I'm learning, you know, within that so-called failure. And there really are no mistakes, it appears, that everything is according to law, the law of mind, which, you know, whatever I'm putting out in terms of energy is what is going to come back to me. So therefore, if I am resonating positive energy, you know, to the universe, then this comes back to me in delightful ways. And he makes a study about, you know, people getting laid off. You know, I have a friend, I don't want to talk about who he is, but, you know, some of the reasons why you get chosen to be laid off has to do with the personality that you might have. And so they used to think that, well, we're just going to lay this person off because he's not that skilled. Well, even people that aren't even not that skilled in certain ways, but are nice to be around, that are pleasant to be around, have a tendency to be retained, if they decide they want to cut back and will lay you off, they say, well, let me get rid of him. He's a pain in the butt. So boom, he's out of there. And so he talks about, you know, studies of people who get laid off. This is way back in 1957, you know, different waves of layoffs and everything. But he really talks about this personality of value. And finally, the one which really is, it kind of loops, it's not like a linear thing, but it's actually kind of a circle, is joy. And truly being joyous is an infectious, wonderful way. You know, when you're joyful and when you're authentically joyful, there are so many things to be joyful about. You're putting out such a wonderful, resonant field that people just kind of want to rub it all over themselves. Oh, I don't know what it is about you, but I just want to be around. Give me more, whatever you got, give me more of it. Because what you're doing is you're magnetizing the things that are good, and you can't do this in a wrong way. If you try to do it the wrong way and it's not good on the benefit, it doesn't work. People see right through this. But if you're authentically there to help people and to serve them, this is an amazingly powerful capability that directly relates to how you personally and how in your life and your business life are going to flourish in an abundant way. There are other books that I'm reading, I'll talk about them, that really get right into this whole notion of abundance and how money and the material manifestation of abundance, which are two different things, because abundance is a truly spiritual phenomenon that is part of the divine creation. We'll talk about that. That gets manifested all the time. A little competition with a car running by, but don't worry about it. Is just a way that essentially the material thing is an expression of value, of authentic value, if you are doing things the right way. If you're not, then that material benefit goes right away real quick. And people go, I don't quite understand. And they are putting the wrong value in the money, which is basically a means to an end that comes from essentially aligning with this good. So anyway, wow, I'm going on, but this is a great little chapter to read, the personality value and the advantages of that, the financial advantages, the social advantages, and you know, you're sending forth these godlike qualities that are inherent with you. There, I use that word again. I won't use that again, but the universe responds. We'll put it that way. Okay, for those of you who have a problem with the G word. But anyway, I think this is a great chapter. Encourage you to get this book. It's called The Basic Ideas of Science of Mind. We have it in our New World virtual bookstore. And I welcome your comments. So if you comment on this book or whatever is on your mind, we'll try to respond to that and get a conversation going with it. Because I think if you can master your mind and start putting out really positive energy, you cannot imagine how much of impact that can happen across the planet. And I'm really seeing that, and I'm realizing that, and I'm just full of joy, just even thinking and feeling it right from the head, right from the heart. So thank you so much for watching.